In this video, I'll be doing the biggest build I've done up to date. It will be using this 48 by 48 grey base plate, much bigger than my past 32 by 32 or 24 by 24 ones. On the build, I'll be building these two tanks, a brand new German army, a bunch of brand new German and British weapons, and I'm sure what will end up being my entire Lego brick collection. Now, because I'm not good at editing, I'll hopefully be better in the future, I'm going to have to split this video into two parts. The first part will be this, obviously. The second part will probably release later the same day. Now, with all that out the way, you might be asking yourself, what on earth is going on? What am I going to be building? Well, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your gender is, possibly alien, this is what I'll be building here. However, I won't be building the commonly seen evacuation of Dunkirk at the beaches. Instead, I'll be building the defence of Dunkirk, specifically the outer rim of the city. For those of you who don't know who Dunkirk is, let me tell you a little story. It had only been 16 days since the start of the invasion of France and the Benelux countries, and everything was already in ruins for the Allies. The previously thought to have been impenetrable Maginot Line had simply been avoided. They completed this by spearheading through the Ardennes forest, which the Allies mistakenly left lightly defended, thinking it was naturally impassable. Through the tactics of blitzkrieg, the Germans had encircled over 400,000 of the Allies' best troops at the port city of Dunkirk. Luckily for the Allies, Hitler had ordered all tank divisions to stop for several reasons, like overconfidence in the Luftwaffe and poor terrain on the road to Dunkirk. This gap of opportunity would not be wasted by the Allies. They immediately started a full-scale evacuation of Dunkirk. Lots of ships were involved, including many civilian transport ships that were not armed at all. By the end of the evacuation at Dunkirk, over 330,000 of the original 400,000 troops stationed at Dunkirk were able to escape. Of those 30,000, around 200,000 were British, 130,000 were French, and other smaller numbers of Allied troops, like Belgians. Dunkirk would later become one of Hitler's biggest mistakes of the entire war, as it allowed Britain to have the troops to both defend the English Channel and the later North Africa front. Now, for those of you who didn't really know a lot about Dunkirk, that's a lot of information to take in. So how about we now actually get to the Lego building? First of all, we of course need a plan for what the build's going to look like. So try to picture this. Probably two trees over here, a dirt path going down the centre, couple of craters along, and then we get to the actual city around maybe a third through, maybe about half. Going back to the road, there's going to be a German tank on there, and now in the city there's going to be a British tank stationed in the middle, a bit of a diagonal angle to get a good aim at the German tank. There's going to be a building here, pathways going all the way around a building, and I want there to be a crater hole in the building this side, and some rubble's coming out on maybe some sort of vegetable patch. Now, let's begin the build by placing the very first brick. Kaboom! These are all the bricks I'm going to use to try and start to complete the first layer of the outside walls. They might actually have to be smaller than usual because this is going to be such a big build. But I'll try get it 3 bricks high. We'll see if I can or not though. It's safe to say that definitely was not enough to complete the first outer layer, so I'm going to have to go get some more. We finally only just completed the very first layer of the outside. Now I'm going to go onto the second layer, and I'm thinking that there can only be about 2 layers for this just because of how many bricks it takes up, and I'm going to need some grey bricks for a building, which I'm going to do for the build later on. I've now got the second layer of dirt down, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the next layer of this. I don't mean another whole brick, I mean just 1 layer of studs, because I need to do that. If you've watched my past videos, then you would know. I'm not going to go over it now. I'm because it will take quite a while to explain. But like I just said, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, because I'm going to try use brown for a roof for one of the builds, and I'm also going to use grey for one of them. So I'm going to have to maybe try use a dark tan, because it's just going to look a bit odd with the brown dirt. But I guess as it's a port city, it's right next to the beach, so you could say it's okay to have wet sand underneath the earth. It's just going to look a bit weird with the contrast with the mud. As you can see here, I've completely ripped everything off. I'll put it back on in just a second, but I've decided that for this I'm going to layer it down with grey to match the base plate. It's just like grey stones come in before, well, deeper underneath the dark stones, which are like less exposed to sunlight. Of course, the normal stones aren't as well, but I hope you get what I mean. It's just going to look a bit weird, but it's what I have to do. We've now got the one layer, the smaller layer obviously, of light grey bricks on. Now let's add everything else back. As you can see, I've now completed the outer layers. I've put everything back together. It was a bit of a struggle because I didn't remember exactly how it went, but got there eventually. Now I just need to build up the support pillars, and I think I'm first going to actually figure out where the road's going to go, specifically the town road. Then it's going to stop and turn into a dirt path. So I'm going to figure that out first, exactly where I want it to be. Then I'm going to start placing the other tiles and support beams around. I've now got the road outlined. I want it to come a bit at the end here, but it's mainly going to be going down the centre. Now I'm just going to fill out the rest of the terrain templates. Mostly do it with different colours like this around the edges of the road, just so I don't forget exactly where it is. By the way, this bit here, it doesn't turn left here, so just see it as that. It's just, I had this piece and I thought might as well use it there. So anyways, now I'm going to get to tiling off the rest of the area. Another quick progress check to see how I'm doing. I've got more of the dirt path down and how it goes into the road. I've got most of this side laid out, quite a bit of this side, and I've just got these small bits to layered, and that might be close to the end of the first episode. I haven't decided yet because it's really late at night for me. I did not realize at all how long this was gonna take, just a tile. So part 2 is I'm gonna have to get a lot done in part 2 if I end it there, because I'm gonna have to get all the green on, build the buildings, introduce the tanks, place all the minifigures. But luckily that's more of the exciting part of this build. The first half is always boring. You have to place everything down, build up the foundations, make everything look like a mess like it is here. But hopefully part 2 will find it a bit more exciting. But I'll check back in once I've finished this. Okay guys, I've just finished layering them here. You can have a better look here. I'm just probably gonna leave this hole here because can't really be bothered filling it, and I need the pieces for the future buildings. I'm not excited for the buildings, to be completely honest. I feel like I'm gonna be really bad with building urban things. Well, when I say things, obviously like buildings or urban areas. Plus this is my first time building them, so I've no experience. I'm not really too sure how to make them. But anyways, this is part 1 done. Hopefully part 2. I might not honestly be able to get it all done in one day, so I might have to create a really quick part 3. But I hope I can get it all tomorrow. It's going to be a bit close. But anyways, thank you for watching to the end of part 1. Be ready for part 2 when it comes out. By the time I post this video, like I said before, probably come out later in the day. Thank you for watching to the end. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below your favourite bit or what you'd like to see next on the channel. Thank you for watching.